Hey, how we doing on this Monday, Big Orange Nation? This is Frank. This is the House of Orange Sports Channel coming at you. Tennessee baseball Vols are back in action tomorrow, 4:30 p.m. against UNC Asheville. I'm assuming it's going to be similar to what it was this weekend, SEC Network Plus or ESPN Plus, if you have that as well. But before I get into that, before I get into the preview, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Help really drive the algorithm of the channel. If you can, you like the content, share it out. If you have not, hit that subscribe button, as we're kind of on a slow road to 3,000 right now. I think we're at 2932, so it's kind of been a little slower. Of course, I know a lot of what drives traffic a lot is portal season recruiting. That gets a lot more, and that's kind of a dead thing as of right now. Not really much going on, obviously, with portal stuff or anything. But if you could share that out, man, it'd be greatly appreciated. But Tennessee returns to action again tomorrow, 4:30. Both teams are coming in at 3-0 on season. Of course, Tennessee beat Hofstra by a margin of 46-2 this weekend. UNC Asheville, they beat Fairleigh Dickinson 26-14 on the weekend. 10-7 on Friday, 5-0 on. They played a doubleheader on Friday, 10-7, 5-0, and then on Saturday they beat them 11-7 as well. And one thing that stood out to me on the weekend for them is no home runs. No home runs. 26 runs scored, and no home runs was hit for them. They had 30 hits on the weekend, so they averaged 10 hits per game. Like I said, 26 runs here as well. And stolen bases 4. They were hit by 3 pitches. Not really much else. 14 strikeouts in 3 games stands out. So that's, I don't know, 5-5-4. That's not a bad number, really. And their batting average, they went 313, 276, 375 for the weekend. That's what we're looking at here. Based on what's listed on utsports.com, your starters it looks like Brandon Arvidsson is going for Tennessee. So I'll tell you, man, I've totally whiffed on what I thought the rotation and stuff looked like, because I wasn't surprised on Snead. Phillips and Snead didn't surprise me when it happened coming into the season. Phillips surprised me on it, and we'll see. He did a pretty good job on Saturday. I really kind of thought your midweek guy would be either Michael Sharman or Nick Abraham. And then here's Brandon Arvidsson, because I thought Arvidsson may be a Sunday guy. But he did throw an inning this weekend. And UNC Asheville's pitcher is listed as Brandon Barna. He was their Saturday starter, actually, for them this past weekend. He went 2 innings, gave up no runs. He had no strikeouts on the day. So it'll be interesting to see. I think that sets up well for Tennessee now with him starting on the weekend, and says he only faced 7 batters. So I don't have a pitch count for him. I do see the batters only hit 143. He only gave up 1 hit in 2 innings pitched. So the pitch count must have been fairly low for them to bring him back again just on 3 days rest. So I'm guessing he was probably maybe around 20 or so. Doesn't have it listed on their website, but that's what Tennessee's looking at as far as that. And the only guy who was mentioned as a preseason all-conference player for UNC Asheville is one of their pitchers, and Tennessee will not see him this weekend. Colby Guy is his name. He threw on Friday. He went 4 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned. Says he faced 18 batters, so Tennessee's not going to see him tomorrow night. And again, he was listed as their only preseason in the Big South. He was their preseason all-conference, and they were UNC Asheville was actually picked 7th in the Big South preseason. And Tennessee, according to the stats, currently has a 10-game winning streak over UNC Asheville going back to, says 2015, and they have played 4 straight years here as well, as Tennessee's beaten them all 4 years. And some of Tennessee's numbers right now, since the start of the 2019 season in non-conference play, Tennessee's won 23 and 23, and against non-SEC foes last year, they went 32 and 3. See, they had the loss to Oklahoma. Of course, they lost the game in the College World Series. Well, Texas A&M was – it was Evansville. Evansville that beat them. And then I'm trying to think who was it Lipscomb that got them midweek last year? I'd have to go back and look on that one. But Tennessee just had 3 non-conference losses last year. Of course, at some point, these midweek games, it's really surprising anymore if a team runs the table in non-conference for the year. And just because college baseball, it's teams are really good. I mean, even some of your smaller teams, and you get these like midweek games, especially we think of Tennessee, finally got Tennessee Tech last year, but for a couple years in a row, Tennessee Tech beat them once down to Smoky Stadium. Then they come into Knoxville a couple years ago and beat them. You get a lot of these guys with chips on their shoulders that maybe were Tennessee fans growing up, and then Tennessee didn't recruit them. So, yeah, I want to get back at them for not recruiting me. And, that's not everybody, obviously, but also you get, just the big in-state school playing, the smaller school. They come in fired up for those. Some of these midweek games are intense, and they're fun along the way too. But Arvidsson goes to Tennessee. How many innings will he go? I think we'll see a heavy dose of freshmen tomorrow night. I think we'll see Abraham, Aiden Hayes, Tate Strickland, Braden Krenzel. Wouldn't surprise me to see all of them. One we won't see is Tegan Coons. Tegan Coons is we may not see him till Houston right now. He was out this past weekend sick, temperature of 103, throwing up sick over the weekend. Had a pretty rough week, but hopefully he's getting close to feeling better now. But he was unavailable, and it was said that he tried to come in and play Saturday, and they said, no, you're too sick. We didn't want to spread it around. But evidently there's some illness going around. I'm not sure how many were affected with that. But no, we won't see Coons. We won't see Dylan Loy as well. I was not aware of it till yesterday that he's been battling an injury, because I kind of thought it was either him or Sneed to start yesterday, and it was Sneed. But Loy is dealing with some kind of an injury right now. So I don't know. We may not see him for a couple of weeks as well. We'll definitely see plenty of him at some point. But it'd be interesting to see how many pitchers that we see tomorrow. Is this going to be a case where they try to get guys all an inning of work? And I really hope the run rule is not in effect. I don't like that it was in effect this past weekend, not on opening weekend. Later in the season, that's fine. But I think that cost you getting some guys some work, where maybe you could have gotten some of these freshmen some work pitching as well. You could have maybe gotten some more guys in the lineup than you did, even though they played a lot of dudes. And it'll be interesting to see on the lineup tomorrow. I think your givens are that top 4 in the lineup with Curley, Keelan, Inslee, Fisher. I don't think that's going anywhere anytime soon. And Inslee had a rough Friday. I mean, he had an RBI, but then he had a really good Saturday and Sunday. That's a pretty solid top 4 you have. The rest of the way is going to be interesting to see what they do. It's going to be interesting with Cannon Peebles right now. Will they catch him tomorrow night, or Stone Lawless get another? I mean, they have so many guys that could catch. I mean, Dalton Bargo caught some over the weekend. Levi Clark caught a little bit over the weekend. The big question was, a lot of people asked, why did Jay Abernathy not start? And I think Tony Vitello was talking about situational, and it makes some sense in a respect. Talks about, well, we can put him with his speed. You put him into pinch run for somebody, and you basically got a head start. Now, you didn't see him run any this weekend. I think that was more out of courtesy and respect, because they were already beating the crap out of Hofstra when Abernathy come in. They're not going to get in and try to run it up deliberately on just stealing and stuff like that. But, will we see Abernathy start tomorrow? Will it be this weekend? That left field spot, I think, is going to be ever-changing, whether it's Abernathy. Chris Newstrom started 2 games out there, and he definitely made his case to keep playing. this weekend. Dalton Bargo started the game. Dalton Bargo, I still think Dalton Bargo is going to get opportunities, and he should. He definitely should. Will Colby Backus get an opportunity? We'll see. There's some guys high on them, and I know they've got talent. They've got potential. The big thing's going to be, can they put it together? Both of them had a rough start to the season, but the talent is there. I don't think there's any doubt about that, and especially with Bargo, his versatility, and with Backus, I mean, the guy has the tools. It's just putting it together in, when you play that better competition. Part of me wonders if it's not mental with him as far as any of you guys play baseball. You hit a little bit of a slump or something, man. It's in your head. And I wonder with him, I definitely don't think it's talent or anything. And like I say, there's not a guy on this team that can't play baseball. They wouldn't be on the team if they couldn't. So that's it'll be interesting to see how they go with the lineup. I think right now Chapman is your right fielder until further notice. I mean, him getting the grand slam was big. Ansley, Curly, Keelan in the middle. Fisher, when's he going to transition over to third base some? I mean, based on what I saw of his glove this weekend, I think it's going to be we're going to see. But I know Tony Vitello has before prioritized hitting over fielding in the respect of these dudes are going to be in the lineup somewhere. And Fisher, I don't think he come to Tennessee to DH either. So will he continue to play first or will he shift over to third? Because you got Manny Marin, it's going to be hard to keep him out of line. Lots of guys, it's going to be hard to keep out of lineup. So, if Tennessee's able to get up on UNC Asheville, I think you'll see a lot of guys play tomorrow night. And it looks on paper to me like another one of these where Tennessee should definitely have their way tomorrow night. And then I think you get into this weekend against Samford. Samford will be much better than Hofstra. I can tell you that now. So it'll be we'll see where they go. And then, of course, they get into Houston, not this weekend, but 2 weekends from now, where Oklahoma State will be good competition. Rice and Arizona, we'll see on them. But should be a fun one tomorrow for Tennessee. Again, just over the mountain, UNC Asheville. Will those guys come in? Yeah, I mean, they've got to be coming in fired up to play the defending national champions and consensus top 5, depending on the poll that's out there as well. The big question to me is how many pitchers will we see? Will they let Arvidsson go a bit, or will they try to get a lot of guys some work tomorrow? I think that bears watching tomorrow because they have so much depth, so much talent that it's going to be really interesting to see how they manage that one. But, once again, make sure you hit the thumbs up. If you share the content out, it's greatly appreciated. If you have not subscribed and you like the content, hit that subscribe button as well. Make sure you check out the link in the description for memberships and Patreon as well. And if you want to say thanks as well, there's the super chat or super thanks option down in the bottom right-hand corner as well. Frank Rock, House of Orange Sports Channel. Have a great rest of your evening. Go Vols. I'll see you when I see you.